Are you a business owner struggling to generate leads and close sales? Does it feel like without the right marketing and sales strategies, your business is just an expensive hobby? If this sounds familiar, you are in the right place. My name is Dr. Priya Jagannathan, digital product strategist and business automation expert specializing in marketing and sales strategies. This podcast is designed for business owners and entrepreneurs who want to take control of their business operations, supercharge their marketing efforts, and drive growth through strategic CRM and business automation. In every episode, we will dive deep into our Power Pivot framework, which basically involves your product and pricing, your online and offline presence, your warm lead generation strategies, evaluating your sales process, and creating retainer and retargeting existing client formula. Through this framework, even the smallest pivots can create massive business success. So, if you're ready to scale your business with simple, actionable strategies that combine the right marketing, automation, and CRM tips, you might want to listen to today's episode. Right. I have given you all a little bit of introduction about me. I want to just explain my journey on how I started. So, in my past life, my very first job, the only job I did in India was, and I was an university lecturer. So, you will see me showing off with two-letter prefix to my name, DR, because I spent 5 years of my prime time to get that two letters prefixed with a PhD in bioinformatics. After I moved to Australia in 2016, I, found out my first aha moment was time equals money, because in India we used to get paid per month. So here I was getting paid per hour. So every hour of my time had a dollar value. So I was only trying to maximize what I was doing and trying to make more money. So this particular post on Instagram got me 11 new clients. That's why I tend to show off with this, because people see I was working full time with the University of Adelaide. I was business coaching as my side hustle. I was still doing tutoring for high school and GAMSAT coaching. I'm a wife, I'm a mom of two boys. I used to do a lot of community service with my council, and I have YouTube, podcast, social media, everything, right? So you can do it all, but was basically my message. But still, I had another aha moment, a major aha moment, that time is such a finite resource. There's only so many hours in the day with full-time job and kids and everything else. So if I'm going to be trading time for money, I'm going to work till I die. Like Australia has very late retirement age compared to India. So I started thinking, how can I make money without trading time? And that's how I got introduced into this whole online business world. And I tried different things, and I niched down into the marketing and sales. While I was in the business coaching space, I was still very much in the marketing and sales, because I strongly believe if a business does not have the right marketing and sales, it's just an expensive hobby, because I had one. So we live in a age where there's so much information available, but if you're not going to take action, then nothing will change, right? So my clients will come back every week to coaching calls and say, sorry, Priya, I didn't have the time to do whatever you asked me to do. So I was thinking, how do I bridge this gap? Because I'm giving them exactly what to do. I'm telling them the steps, but I don't like doing the job. I love the strategy. So that's when I saw my friends, my colleagues back in India giving up their career after marriage, after children, losing their identity, putting up with toxic marriages because they're not financially independent. So I wanted to help such women. Okay. So this is how I was like, okay, let me start training them. Let me start using them as my virtual assistant, pair them with my clients, and then it became a very powerful container. So the model I have is people from India, they pay me like a training agency, come into my container, I train them, and I place them with my clients. So my clients get to stay in their zone of genius, doing what they love, growing their business, managing things that they want to manage. And I love doing the marketing strategy and sales strategy to help them grow. And my VAs take care of all the admin and mundane tasks to help the business move forward. So we work as a team, and my business started to grow when I brought this powerful combination. Now, this is where I believe there's a huge opportunity for every migrant and every, mom or women who are trying to grow in this world. Now, you can ask me this question: how am I going to compete with offshore companies? That's the major question that I get. So I'm going to answer to that in a second. Now, I want to introduce you to my team. This is like one third of my team that flew from different parts of India to meet me when I was there in 2024. I was in India for 2 months, and I was still able to run a business, have a pretty good lead and sales pipeline, because I have systems and automations in place. So I love my team. I love to show off my team. The target audience that wants to work with my team is very different. They are okay with working with an offshore team because they want an affordable solution for their businesses. The target market for you people who are in Australia, who want to work with Australian businesses or global businesses, are a separate demographic that are very concerned that their data is being handled by a third party country. They don't want to delegate their tasks to a different third world country. They don't want to delegate offshore. They want to keep their business onshore. They want to support local businesses. They want to support migrant communities. They want to support our single moms and women in need. So there is a huge chunk of market that wants to support this cause, do not want to take their business overseas. That's why these are two separate demographic. So I'm not conflicting my two businesses. The businesses that work with me are businesses that are looking for affordable solutions. So they are happy working with offshore agents. They're happy working with time zone difference. They're happy working with people with language barriers and etc. Whereas businesses that want to hire onshore, their demographic, their expectation is completely different. So you're not going to compete with offshore people who are willing to take $3 or $5 an hour. Your target market, your pricing strategies, your communication style, and your niche would be very, very different. So we're going to look at each of those in greater detail. I just wanted to give you that preface. I wanted to give you that little bit of background on why I do what I do and my experience in this particular industry, and how I can do justice to this course by actually educating the Australian audience, because I have helped Australian VAs scale their business. I've helped Australian businesses work with Australian VAs and strategize their whole business growth as well. So I've seen both the sides of the coin. I get the best of both worlds. So I'm here to help you get the best out of your portfolio and skill set. All right. I'll see you in the next module. All right. If you've never been introduced to the term virtual assistant, well, welcome. So, virtual assistant, in olden days, we used to have personal assistant who will come into the office, who will manage the boss's calendars, their appointments, their schedules, and most of their daily operations. It's a similar kind of a role, but you have the luxury, you have the freedom to be anywhere in the world and work virtually. So, a virtual assistant basically provides all kinds of administrative support, technical support, anything to do with marketing, anything to do with customer service remotely. The underlining factor, it's remote. You can travel. If you love traveling, you can travel and still do your job. You can still make a lot of money. It's very, very flexible. And you will know it's not the person who has a lot of money in the bank is rich, but the person who has got the freedom to work from anywhere, to travel anywhere, and to make money doing what they love. When you can turn your passion to profit, I think that's when you actually feel very rich. When people ask me when I was little, what do you love doing? I love to talk. Okay, I was a talker all the time. So I was like, I didn't know they were speaking gigs. I didn't know people would pay you to talk. So I was like, oh, I would love for people to pay me to talk. When people started paying me for coaching, my husband did not understand. He used to ask me, why are they paying you? I'm like, they're paying me to talk. And he didn't understand. He was like, are you real? I mean, are they actually paying you to talk? I said, yes, I've got a dollar value for every hour of my time. You don't understand it. You take me for granted, but people actually pay me to talk. So I can say I finally checked the box for my childhood dream job, that I love what I do and I get paid doing what I love. So similarly, in this particular course, we will identify what is your passion and how can you turn your passion into profit. So mainly virtual assistants do admin, calendar management, anything admin, email management, sorting inboxes, labeling them, responding to emails, sorting appointments. Most of it these days, AI can do it. We're going to look at AI options for these, but predominantly, especially Australia is very much behind compared to US. So there's still a lot of human element, humanized things to it. Australia is very high in terms of skepticism. So there's still that human element which can add to that flavor. I would still keep that human element. I love using AI. We use a lot of AI tools every day for our operations, but I would highly recommend to still keep that humanized, personalized touch in your operations as well. And the majority of VIs, or every VI, should have one skill set, which is social media management. It's the least barrier to entry to build your own profile, to actually tell people your skill set and help your clients. But it's very competitive as well. So everyone in the world, they think they can just post a picture on social media and they call themselves a social media manager. So that's the challenge, I think, with low barrier to entry. So in this particular course, I'm going to train you to become a specialized VI, identify your skill set, and you can be specialized. So you're not competing against each other. You're not going to bid against each other for a lower price, but you're going to stand your ground to say, I have this particular skills and this is my prices. If you're willing to work, I would love to work with you. So I think that confidence comes with results when you start working with a lot of people and when you actually have a portfolio to back up your claims. But everyone starts from zero, and we are here trying to find out what's your skill set, what you can specialize in. So do not compare your day one with someone else's day 1000. We'll take one step at a time. Go at your pace that aligns with you. Do not compete with anyone. Do not compare your life with anyone. Just focus on you. The next 3 days, I want you to be the hero of your life. I want you to just focus on you. Most women always try to sacrifice. They try to put themselves last or never put themselves, prioritize themselves. I think in terms of culture, we've always been told prioritize everyone but you, feed the child, not yourself. But unless you're healthy, you can't, take care of your children. Even in flights, they tell you, you have to have your oxygen mask first before you go and help your child, because you need to be alive to be able to save your child. So I'm very much with the mantra that self care is not selfish. You need to take care of yourself to be able to provide and protect your family and your loved ones. So you're going to be the hero for the next 3 days. No negative thoughts, no conflicts, no negative person. Nothing is going to influence you or drag you down. We are going to have positive thoughts, positive words, and positive thinking and everything to make sure that then in the next 3 days, you are going to become the best version of you. You are going to identify what's your skill set that you can monetize so you can turn your passion to profit. Okay, this particular field called virtual assistance has infinite potential. That's why my program is called VA Infinity, because it's got so much potential. When you power it up with AI, it's going to run on steroids. So we're going to see how it's going to run on steroids in the next module. Thanks, everyone. Okay, so we're going to look at what are the advantages of working as a virtual assistant, and how does it look like a life of a VI in a day, like Instagram. It's very flexible. Like I said, you can choose to work during school hours. There are lots of companies, there are lots of businesses that hire moms, hire women, carers who are willing to do just school hours. So it's very, very flexible. If you want to do part time, you can do part time. If you want to do casual, you can take it as a career or a job opportunity, or you can take it as a business and be your own boss. So it's up to you to choose what you want to do. And you can also choose the niche that you want to work. If you love cooking, if you love baking, you can work with that particular niche and tell bakers and chefs and restaurants that I love this niche. This is what I specialize in, and I will be able to help you. If you love children, for example, you can go to childcare and tell them, hey, I love working with the children's industry. If you need a blue card, whatever is required, you can get that and you can say, I'm happy to come and film and do some social media management. Or if you want to do some kind of admin task, I can do that. So you can choose your niche that really aligns with you, aligns with your preference, and you can niche down. Okay, so on tomorrow we'll look at an activity workbook that will help you to identify your niche and the stuff that you can do. And in terms of career growth, a lot of people stop with just being a VI. They are very, very comfortable in that zone. It becomes like a very flexible job. They don't have a boss to report to, they don't have 9 to 5, they don't have to commute. So they stop right there. But I'm here to show you it does not have to stop just with VI. Once you grow, you've got multiple clients, you can delegate, you can outsource and have subcontractors under you. Okay, so you can get the legal advice on how you want to structure your agreements and contracts, but you can delegate those tasks to contractors and get stuff done. So that way, the way you can scale, because you can't scale alone. Okay, you need a team to scale. So the next step, after you get a consistent cash flow, after you start growing with a lot of clients, the next stage will be to outsource it to contractors. The next stage can be to grow as a VA agency where you hire teams and you can outsource to them. Or if you don't want to manage people, which is hard, trust me, been there, I'm doing it, you can become an OBM, an online business manager, which puts you in a different portfolio than a virtual assistant. Or if you love training, coaching, you can be a VA coach. There are a lot of coaches, just coaches, VA, to grow their business. So once you've done it, you can always help people who are behind you, 1 year behind you, 2 years behind you, to get to where you are. That's the idea of coaching, right? If you're 3 steps ahead of somebody, you're going to help that person to move that 3 steps forward. So I'm here to reassure you, it doesn't have to be very much confined to virtual assistant role. There is a huge possibility for growth. There is a huge possibility to specialize, and there's a huge uncapped income potential. I'll see y'all in the next one. Okay, I told you there's absolutely low barrier to entry. Everyone has a laptop, internet, cell phone these days. So, why aren't most people doing this? Because 95% of the population struggle with one or more of these. Okay, you want to do something, but you don't know how. The moment you think about the word how, your brain makes you spiral down self doubt. How do I do that? And then you just get stuck. Okay. So most people want to do something, they don't know the how. Especially these days, we live in such an information overload age. You go onto Instagram, you go onto Facebook, you go onto TikTok, you go onto YouTube. There's so much information for free. So if you keep consuming information, there's nobody tells you exact framework, or people say it's a perfect 5 step framework, but that's perfect for them, but it might not work for you. So there's no like a cookie cutter success formula that I could just give you, right? It worked for me. Like, I'm running agencies, I'm running teams in multiple time zones. It works for me. Can you do the same? No. I might have an unfair advantage being an Indian working with Indian teams. Okay. But again, I manage Pakistani team, which is very, very, very rare. If you understand the political scenario between the two countries for the past 100 years, you would understand it. So most of you are stuck in the how. That's your struggle. And most people live in a scarcity mindset. And that has a lot to do with money mindset, childhood conditioning. I mean, I struggle. I still struggle. Now I'm taking help to, work with my money mindset with a mentor to help me see the scale and the growth. When you go to the next level, every level is a different devil that you need to overcome, that you need to, manage. So I'm paying somebody to basically get that help to move to the next level in terms of money mindset. So most of us live in a very, very scarcity mindset. Unfortunately, the surroundings, our family, the stuff that we see online, most of them kind of reassure the same thought that it's a very, very scarcity, scarce world, and people are jealous. They think they'll lose opportunities if you let other people grow. It's a very, very abundant universe. All right, I tell you that everyone deserves to have their fair share of pie, and there's absolutely no scarcity. But to get to that stage, to understand, is very, very hard. If you see me on any platform, in any container, I'm very generous with my information. I do not hold back because I don't see anyone as a competitor. People who use my same CRM come back and tell me, you are my competitor. I'm like, you are not my competitor because you're not me. That's what makes it unique. All right. So 10 people can go and sell iPhone. I can give the same iPhone pack to 10 people and ask them to sell Do you think everyone is going to sell the same way? They have their own personality, they have their own style of selling, and they have some different energy to it. Effectiveness to build that know, like, and trust factor is very different for each individual. So that's why I believe no one is a competitor for anyone, right? And time management. We all have this excuse: I do not have the time. I'm busy. I've got a full time job. I've got kids. I've got that. I've got this. It's just an excuse. Everyone has the same 24 hours in a day. How much do you prioritize to get stuff done? Okay. Whatever you have today in your life is because of the choices you made. Whatever you do not have in your life today are because of the choices you made. Okay. I'll repeat that once again. Let that sink in. Whatever you have today is because of the choices you made. Whatever you do not have today is because of the choices you made. It's about your choices, it's about the priorities that will help you focus your time, energy, effort, and money into things that will help you grow. If you're going to focus your time, energy, money into watching Netflix, partying over the weekend, and just wasting time, then that's the outcome you will see in your life. Okay. And a lot of people, especially with Australia, we are scared of technology. We have technophobia, right? People are scared of technology. We are very skeptical, and we are almost 5 years behind US in terms of technology adaptation. Australia, almost there is statistics to show that Australia is the last to adapt technology. With AI, I think we are much better. But still, when it comes to social media, we're skeptical about privacy. We're skeptical about a lot of things. Okay. Trust me, those are things that can slow down your momentum, and it's you are just in your head, but that is not a proven fact. And most of you struggle because you don't have the right guidance and mentoring. So that's why this particular course that I offer is going to overcome all these challenges and help you figure out. I really hope it helps you figure out that virtual assistant might be a career option for you or might not be. I'll save you lots of time in helping you identify whether it's a right fit, or you can save yourself your time and quit the course and go continue the life whatever you're living. There's absolutely no judgment here because there's no right or wrong answer. There's nothing which is the best life and bad life. Whatever is suitable for your financial goals, whatever is suitable for your family circumstance is what is going to work for you. Okay. So this might not be suitable for your family. This might not be suitable for your passion or your goals and values. And that's absolutely okay. At least you made that decision to try and understand and make an informed decision. And that's my job. Help you make that informed decision. I'll see you in the next video. Like I mentioned in the last video, we're going to check whether you are eligible to be a VA, first of all. Okay. In terms of eligibility, we're not talking about educational qualification, your previous work experience, your transferable skills. We're actually talking about whether you feel you're eligible or not, because whatever you say, you're right. If you feel you're eligible, you're right. If you feel you're not, you're right. Okay. Whatever you decide is right. Okay. So if you're going to answer yes to any one of these questions, then I personally can vouch that you are eligible to be a VI. Okay. If you're looking for a work from home job opportunity, if you're planning to restart your career after a break, so most people in Australia, start their work very early on, but due to caring responsibilities, parenting, and life circumstances, they might have lost their job or career track. So this is a perfect opportunity to restart your career. Or if you're a migrant, never worked in your home country, it's a new country and you're scared to go out into the world and you're scared of language barriers, language challenges, then this is a perfect opportunity for you. Okay. And if you're someone who's looking for a flexible job opportunity during school hours, then this is definitely a right fit for you. Or if you're someone like me who believes you're born for more, you are just not cut out for, having a regular 9 to 5, come back and just watch TV or just go for a walk and stay with your dog and just, you just feel like there's much more to life that you're missing on, then this is a perfect opportunity because it will, I think I'm ADHD undiagnosed. So it feeds my ADHD undiagnosed brain to keep, myself occupied with a lot of new things. And that stimulation, that brain stimulation is just unmatchable. I don't get it in a regular 9 to 5 job. Okay. And You might want to make a huge impact or a legacy within your own community of people. You want to leave a huge, I want to leave a huge digital legacy for my great grandchildren I'm never going to meet, right? When they watch my YouTube channel, my content, any of my online content, I want them to laugh and say, "Hey, look at my grandma or a great grandma. She was this person." So I want to leave that impact and legacy. So if you're somebody like that, then this is a huge opportunity for you to make a difference in the lives of multiple people. So my goal is to impact tens of thousands of women to become financially independent. Okay, I'm on this mission. So if you're on a similar mission, join me and we can do some great work together. And the last is the most important one, AI revolution. I say this. This is the most exciting time to be alive. There's no other better time to be alive because the stuff that AI can do to make your life easy is just enormous. So every one of you would have heard about ChatGPT. That's like the bare minimum basics. So we use a lot of tools. I'll just give you a simple example. My podcast VA, she does not have good language skills, and but she's very good with the technical skills. So I give her access to an AI tool. After she does all her editing jazz, she uploads that audio file into that tool. In 7 minutes, that tool can transcribe that entire episode. That tool can break it down into chapters and timestamps, convert it into a blog post, convert it into a newsletter, convert it into LinkedIn post, a real prompt, and codes, Q&A, so many different things in just 7 minutes. Literally humanly impossible. But because of AI, my VA can overcome the language barrier because English is not her first language and she does not have good language skills, but she can still overcome that barrier and give a very good outcome for the client because she has access to these tools. So, if you're somebody who's thinking, oh, I do not have good English skills, English is not my first language, definitely it's not something that's going to stop you from growing because we are in that AI revolution phase. So, I really, really invite you to be part of this great period and take advantage of it and monetize it. So, what are the skills and qualifications required? Like I said, there's no technical skills, licenses, anything required. Communication is definitely required because you have to talk to clients and you have to communicate with clients on project. Progress and everything. So communication is good. So I will teach you tools that are required, all the tools that will help you to communicate. So there are tools that can actually fix all your writing, fix the grammars, and it can help you write a decent communication for your clients. Okay, I always believe attitude first and skills next. I can teach people skills, I cannot teach people attitude. So I always believe have the right attitude that you are helping the client's business grow. You are being efficient in giving the output for your clients to help them grow their business. So always put your clients' best interest first and your business will grow very, very quickly. And the main skill that I look for in my VA is the adaptability and willingness to learn. The world is changing so fast. And if you're not willing to learn and adapt to new technology, then you will be left behind. Think about the advertisement that you watched as a kid on TV and those brands that are not anymore in the market because they failed to adapt. Businesses that don't adapt to change cannot even survive. But businesses that quickly adapt to change, not just survive, but they'll be thriving. So I want you to have or find out if you have these qualities that will make you an efficient VA. So if you've said yes to any of the questions in the previous slide, and if you believe you've got these skills and qualification, then congratulations. You are qualified to be a VA. You just need skill sets and services to offer to your clients that you're going to gain in the next 3 days. So I'm super excited for you. Let's continue in the next module. Why is now the best time to be a VA? Okay, I've told this 101 times. Because of the AI revolution, it's the best time to start your business or your career in virtual as a virtual assistant because it's made your life so much easier. Like before 2 years, it was all manual, but now with a click of a button, you can do a lot of things. Okay, that's the main reason. Other than that, it's freedom. Like I said, you can work from anywhere you want. You can work as long as you want, as short as you want. You can make as much money as you want. you can actually decide your income potential depending on your choices. Okay. And you really can turn your passion into profit because you can choose what you want to do. You love video editing, you can choose video editing. If you love podcast editing, you can choose that. If you love doing admin, email management, organization stuff, you can do that. So you really get to do what you want to do. And then if you don't like it, maybe you thought you liked it, and then you start getting into YouTube editing, and then you are like, nah, maybe that's not my thing. I love to edit short form reels, say 6 seconds, 9 seconds trending reels. I don't like editing long form YouTube content. You can quickly pivot and change and do your short form reels. So my business is called Pivot to Thrive because I strongly believe if it's not working, you don't have to quit. You just have to pivot, right? So you choose your pricing. You can work project based. You can work, hourly basis. We're going to look at a section where we'll discuss how much money you can make. But right now, you can decide if you want to do project based work or you want to make an hourly income as well. It's a low capital because all you need is a laptop, internet, and cell phone, which it's a stable commodity in every household these days. And especially post COVID, the acceptance to remote workforce, the acceptance to virtual assistant is so much more. Like before COVID, I don't think everyone would have even heard the term VA, but now every business wants a VA. Everyone wants to work with a VA. Everyone understands the importance of VA. So it's the best time. Okay. So it's the best time to be alive. It's the best time to use the technology to your advantage, turn your passion into profit, and make money literally doing what you love based on whatever circumstance your family is. Okay. I'll see you in the next one. All right. Why do businesses hire a VI? Like I mentioned, businesses hire virtual assistants to reduce their operational cost because they don't want to hire someone full time. They don't want to give them the other enhancements, rates, and super, and all the benefits of a full time or a part time employee. So they hire contractors, they hire people project based to reduce operational costs. And they want to delegate. They want to delegate the non core tasks. For example, if it's a law firm, if it's a real estate firm, the real estate agent or the owner wants to sell houses, get more listings, but they don't want to do the admin task of going and updating on realestate.com.au or domain.com.au. And it does not require the real estate hat on. So all they have to do is hire a virtual assistant to do those admin tasks. Once they get the listing, once they get the deal, the real estate admin has to just update the listings, right? So, which is not the non core or the essential task that require the expertise of the business owner, that can be delegated. So, it saves a lot of time, it helps them with productivity, and they get to stay and do whatever they love doing. And a lot of businesses don't have that abundance mindset, and you will see those business owners in networking meetings and everywhere else talking about, oh, I have to go send out these proposals, I have to do all of these, because everything is in their head. They do not factor their time, they do not factor the amount of time it takes for them to learn on doing all these things. Like I have a bookkeeper because I'm terrible with managing my books. So instead of me trying to figure out my zero, how to do reconciliation, how to submit my BAS by saving few $100s a quarter, I work with a bookkeeper who manages my books. Okay, because it's not worth my time. I would rather spend my time growing my business, growing my team, and helping more businesses to grow with my zone of genius than fiddling with zero and trying to reconcile my books, right? So businesses really that want to scale understand the value of their time. So you have to identify those clients, those agencies, those businesses that really factor time. For example, law firms, they love solving legal disputes, they love solving legal stuff, but they don't want to do the admin stuff. That's why they hire VAs to do take care of their admin stuff. And a lot of businesses these days want to offer 24/7 customer support, but it's very, very hard for them to stay open 24/7. So they hire, virtual customer support team that can answer their after hour phone calls, that can answer after hour emails, and can offer customer support on a 24/7 basis. The biggest, most expensive commodity is time for every human being. Even the richest man on earth, 1 minute past cannot be bought back with whatever amount of money he or she has got, right? So time is the most expensive commodity. So businesses hire virtual assistants to save their time, to increase their productivity. The business owners wants to do what they love doing. They might want to go on a holiday, and the business should not stop just because they're on holiday. So they hire the right team, they hire the right admin assistant to make sure the business runs even without them. So that's the end game for every business owner, the business to run without them. Okay. So your job is to help them free up their time. So you have to stand out unique from the crowd to make sure you are the perfect fit for that business. That's what you need to articulate to the business owner, that you are that person who is going to, keep the boat without drowning when they're away. That's pretty much the main reasons what I can think of. Businesses would spend money in hiring someone. I wouldn't call it an expense, I would call it an investment. And you might better off work with businesses that understand that paying you is an investment and not an expense. And that comes all about mindset. All right. I'll see you in the next one. Discussed why businesses hire VAs. So we're going to look at different types of businesses that hire VAs and what kind of support can you offer. So solopreneurs are a huge market, especially in Australia. 90% or more of businesses are small businesses. So solopreneurs are individual business owners that try to do it all, that try to be it all, which is highly not recommended. Unfortunately, most of them do that. So your job is to articulate to them that it's not worth your time. I'll take that off your plate, and they would happily give that to you. So most solopreneurs, individual business owners, need support for admin and their daily operations. Take coaches, for example. Consultants, for example, mentors, for example. You will see them on Facebook groups all the time asking for support, asking for help. How can I do a Facebook ad? How can I do a Facebook post? So you can be like, hey, this is how you do it. However, is this how you want to spend your time? Or for a fraction of a cost, I can help you do it. The way you actually acquire clients, the way you articulate the value you bring to the table is very important to sell without being salesy. And I love selling to people, but by articulating value and not making them feel icky. Next is small businesses. So small businesses can be any business that has full-time staff, that have staff members, they have employees, but for example, trades. Okay, there's an electrician who's got three electricians as a full-time staff. So they don't want to do their trades. They love to be on the tools. They don't want to do the admin tasks. So there's a huge opportunity for you to grow and help them with all the admin tasks and help them grow. So if the receptionist is there in the office Monday to Friday morning, 9 to 5, you can be the after hours support, managing their bookings, managing their phone calls, managing their emails, sorting out the next day appointments and everything in between, right? So medium-sized businesses, like I said, can be law firms, can be real estate franchisor or franchisees that want to, delegate their complete admin, marketing, and sales support to you. So different types of clients can have different types of requirements. We're going to look at different, industries tomorrow on how you can identify what's the best fit for you. For all of these clients, you can basically provide admin support. Like I mentioned, you can help them with their responding to emails, categorizing their emails, managing their inboxes, scheduling emails, sending out newsletters, managing their appointments, calendars, travel appointments, travel itineraries, booking their flights. If the boss is always on the move, you can help them with that. And marketing, obviously, social media marketing, email marketing, SMS marketing, content marketing. If you're a techie, you can help them with their websites, and obviously customer support. So these are predominantly the major tasks. Obviously, like I said, you can be a specialized VA offering a specialized service, but these are the general tasks that every VA is expected to basically know and be trained before you start working with clients. So we're going to look at all these tasks in greater detail and secure your first client tomorrow. So, the most common question, how much can I earn as a VA? So, for my offshore company, when I do this training, I do a simple math, right? I tell them you can start off with $5 an hour. That's a very basic calculation. I show them if they work 20 hours, how much they make, what is the conversion rate when it comes to India. I show them the possibility, even with $5 an hour, how much do they make? In terms of Australia, in terms of working with Western clients, you do not have to price your services so low. I have helped a VA from Sydney who charges $55 an hour for her VA admin services. So she works in the federal government and she's got those administrative skills. So she signs clients in that similar niche. So she gets a lot of job in that. So I know a colleague of mine who runs a company, admin company, and she had a similar experience with the federal government, and then she started a business on her own. Bare basics, $25 to $30 an hour, based on fair work pricing. This is just a guideline I want to provide to you to make sure you are charging right, so you can check fair works. It depends on the contract and the arrangement that you have with your client. So you can either go project based, so have clear deliverables, have contracts ready. So based on those contracts, you can discuss the terms and conditions, you can negotiate and sign the client, or you can go as a third party contractor, have a service agreement in place, discuss the number of hours and what are the kind of roles. Because we are a registered business here, if you're in Australia, a simple ABN would do, but I would suggest getting the right legal advice on how you want to structure your business. If you want to do sole proprietor, or if you want to do a company structure, or if you want to do just solopreneur ABN, that will also work. So I want you to get a proper legal advice and accounting advice before you go on to that. In terms of pricing, you get to choose how you want to price your offers. So tomorrow we're going to look at how to land your first clients. There's a concept called beta clients. I'm going to teach you on how to get that. I just want to give you an indication that you can price depending on the services you offer, the specialty you specialize in, and however you want to position yourself. If you want to position as a high-end VA, then you position your pricing and packaging accordingly. If you want to start off with affordable services and then move up the ladder, that's your choice. So you get to choose how much you want to price, how long you want to work, and whether you want to be project based or whether you want to work with number of hours. Okay, I hope that's helpful. I'll see you in the next video. All right, we have come to the end of day one, people. Well done. Give yourself a big round of applause. You have smashed day one. And if you have come this far, I truly believe you feel you're qualified to be a VA. You feel that you've got the skill sets, you feel that you've got the right attitude, and you definitely believe there is a huge scope in you, finding a career or finding an option to choose virtual assistant as your career. I'm super, super excited for you. So for those of you who want to work with me one-on-one or work with me, my team, and you're very serious to taking this to the next level, I invite you to join my paid container, which is VA Infinity, where we teach you every step on how to do it. We give you ready-made templates every week, Tuesday and Thursday, 2 hours. You get co-working spaces on Zoom. So you will be in a co-working space with other people who are taking the course. You'll be in a co-working space with my team members where you can ask questions, you can get support, you can actually get stuff done. So you block 2 hours in your calendar every Tuesday and Thursday, and you get stuff done. And every first Wednesday of every month, we do a training live Q&A. So every month we do trainings, we do guest master classes. So you get access to all of that recording. If you can't make it live, then you can get access to the recording. So it'll be a very, very intimate, supportive container. Usually, the access to those courses and modules will be restricted for 1 year, whereas this is a fast track program. The modules are actually structured for 3 months. Month one you're going to do this, month two you're going to do this, month three. So in 3 months you will have all the skill sets to complete the training. You will get a certificate of completion as well. So once you complete that, you will still get access for a lifetime. Because I'm launching this for the first time in Australia as a launch offer, I'm going to offer this for a lifetime access for a limited time only. You don't have to pay annual subscription to keep renewing. You get lifetime access to the accountability calls, training calls, lifetime access to the dashboard with all the recorded modules, and also any updates that comes. The dashboard will be updated with new modules. So you will get access to all the different courses for a lifetime for this launch only price. Okay, so if you want to take advantage of that offer, click on that link below and sign up for the course. I'll be super excited to help you launch and scale your virtual assistant career in Australia and beyond. If you want to continue with the free training, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you found value in today's episode, make sure to follow, share, leave a review so we know that you love listening to us. And if you are looking at more valuable tips, insights, tools, and resources to help grow your business, please visit pivottothrive.com.au. I will leave links in the show notes below. Just remember, if your current strategy isn't working, you don't have to quit. You just pivot, because the right pivot can make a huge difference. Let's pivot and keep thriving. I'll see you in the next episode.